After watching the episode 7 of the Real Housewives of Durban, I kind of find myself asking Jojo this question like, where does she stand on the show? Two episodes before this episode, she was the one who executed the killing of Zama's personality and making Zama look like a very bad person, making her seem like the villain of the show. Then coming to see her this episode while they were at the results where they went for the trip, now joining Jojo in that conversation of, oh Zama, you received all of those comments and all of that so well. You were so calm regardless of everything that was said about you. I was like, what do you expect her to do? You were even the one who kind of masterminded that. If probably Jojo was like a third party to all of that drama, it would have been a very different case. But she was the one who kind of made everybody had that conversation about whatsoever Zama had said. She was even the one who was like, okay, we're going to discuss that at that event, and she kind of called out Zama. Then now she's now joining Nonku in that conversation. I would feel like okay, it might be sane if Nonku is having that conversation. But for someone like Jojo, she do not even have a stand. She do not have she don't have anything to say on that conversation or whatnot. And also the way the ladies of the show are always going physical. I'm like, you guys can do better. I think episode season 3 they kind of almost went physical, and season 4 again another thing. We are saying this same thing. I think it's not beautiful, and I'm so sure whenever these ladies go back to see this show, I'm very sure they will not really like to see what they look like trying to do all of that. Welcome back to this YouTube channel, and this is the J Sweet Lover. On here, we do movie reviews and reality TV shows conversation. Without further ado, let's get into it. So this episode kind of started with a lot of drama, and I think I'm loving it. Yes. So they went back to the Angels events and they did discuss Mabusi and Jojo. They got to understand and like they got to a resolution. Likewise, Ame and Londi. And I think Londi did apologize to Ame. And for me, I don't really like that drama or that conversation because they don't really give us context to what happened, who said so, what got Ahmed so angry. They are just always like speaking in parables. We're not really getting details, which for me I don't really like. Then away from that, so I said Slee. Maria did make it clear that she wants to host the ladies, and I think I really kind of find it exciting. But she was like, she do not want drama at a trip and all of that. I was like, you should know the ladies of this show that even when it's just a gathering, that it's not a trip, the ladies will always come up with drama. Talk more of them going for a trip. Like you should know it's always be drama filled. So they all went for this trip to Drakensberg. And I think I remember that from season 2. We went to the same place and it was a beautiful one. And I think Sorisha did went with a chopper, which really caused drama because Noko was not picked. She was one of the ladies, Zama, Sorisha went with, and it was a lot of drama. But this time Nonku and Jojo went together and they got there earlier than most of the cast. Likewise, then Maria, whom is the host, went with Zama and what's the name? Angel and Sleep went together. So upon getting there, they went into the drama proper, like not so much. So I think like the very first night they met at that event, Sorisha and Amir was not there with them. But the thing is, so when they got to where they'll be having this trip or where they'll be spending their time, the drama started immediately and it all started with room selection. So later that evening they did add this what's the name Bonfire and they had to talk about what had happened earlier. And I felt like this episode a lot of drama did happen which was not filmed and I do not really enjoy that. But let us just discuss what we got to say. So I think from their bonfire conversation, all I could say is that I think Slee did that just to make other people not get to that room. And she's being dramatic about it, knowing that she did that just because she don't want other to get access to that room. And maybe also they might also be doing the same, maybe the way they reacted to it might be a very, very wrong thing. And one thing I want to say again is I'll just move straight to what's her name? How Angel too can be overly dramatic. And for me, there were a lot of things were not filmed, so I cannot really take side. But for the fact that Angel has been one cast on this show that has been very inconsistent with whatsoever she say, I think I won't believe anything that comes out of her mouth. Then talking about the drama proper, the last drama that got them almost going physical. And also talking about how Angel was very mad that she was called ugly. I was like, someone called you ugly, but normally you know you're not ugly. So why are you so pained? And the way she's just going all around like, oh, she called me ugly. I think Angel should have not make that thing a lot like she does make it seem. And I think other people who were present are making it, they are making it clear that Nonku never called her ugly. Maybe Nonku was talking about the situation, that the situation is ugly or something like that. But I think I don't even believe anything that comes out of Angel's mouth. Then moving on from that, the fight proper. I feel like the issue about witchcraft or whatsoever is something that Slee should have addressed from the side of Angel, but because of she feel like Angel got her back or Angel has a side, she's not really addressing Angel. Instead of coming for Nonko, I think she can come for Nonko fine because Nonko is that person who can be very opinionated and could say things like that. But I think instead of coming for Nonko first, she should have addressed Angel first because Angel made that analogy, and I think she should be mad about Angel making that analogy because I don't really see the difference or how Angel is a better person for saying that in comparison to Nonko, who said whatsoever she said. I feel like both the Angel and Nonko are in the same class or they had said almost the same thing, and I think the two of them should be the person was an name Slee should address, and she should not make it about Nonko alone. Then how Maria went like trying to go physical. I was like, oh, Maria, calm down. I feel like Maria, about the lips comment, I feel like Maria reaction was not supposed to be like that because she's looking way better this season. And I think it's not the first time she's getting to hear that. So she should have not reacted that way. But I think it can be very pain when that same issue is something that keep on coming on the show. And maybe it's really get to her. So it's understandable she really felt bad and she had to react that way. But for me, I felt like, no, lady, when what was her name? Angel made that comment. I was like, this is not the first time you're hearing this. Please try something new because I feel like a lot of comment had always been about that when it comes to Maria. So I feel like